Tell them to open the video, sir. Inika, Parvesh, Anush, Tikesh,
Yes,
everyone open the video.
I told them only Sanjit has turned on video.
Open the video, children, everyone. Show your textbook.
Take supplementary textbook.
Vishal, Makit Kishore, open the video. Uvi then.
Ma'am, did you give record?
Yes, sir, I go.
Okay. Turn on video, all of you. All of you are having textbook in your hand, supplementary. Raise your hand. How many of you are having textbook in your hand? Did you take? Just to open your mouth, say yes or no. Okay, take. Today we are going to see one new lesson from supplementary, that is the making of a scientist. This is the lesson that we are going to see in this class. Actually, this is a story about a great scientist called Richard Everett. Okay, so before we are moving to the textbook, we should know who is the author of this lesson, the making of a scientist. See that this lesson is written by Robert Peterson, who was born in 1925 to 2006. I told you that this is a story about a scientist called Richard Everett. Now you take the textbook. Now we are going to see that how Richard Everett became a scientist and who were helping, and how the child was, whether he was curious to know many scientific aspects or not, then how he became a great scientist. That's what we are going to see in this class. Just to take that page number, supplementary lesson, page number 32. Page number 32. Have you taken page number 32? Yeah. Just to see that the making of a scientist. At the age of 22, a former scout of the year excited the scientific world with a new theory on how cells work. Richard H. Everett and his college roommate explained the theory in an article in the Proceedings of the National Academy of Science. It was the first time this important scientific journal had ever published the work of college students in sports that would be like making the big leagues at the age of 15 and hitting a home run your first time at bat. For Richard Everett, it was the first in a long string of achievement in science and other fields. And it all started with butterflies. An only child, Everett grew up north of Reading, Pennsylvania. There was not much I could do there. He said, I certainly couldn't play football or baseball with a team of one. But there was one thing I could do, collect things. So he did, and he did in our beginning in kindergarten. Everett collected butterflies with the same determination that has marked all his activities. He also collected rocks, fossils, and coins. He became an eager astronomer to sometimes start gazing all night. From the first, he had driving curiosity along with a bright mind. He also had a mother who encouraged his interest in learning. She took him on trips, bought him telescopes, microscopes, cameras, mounting materials, and other equipment, and helped him in many other ways. In many ways. I was his only companion until he started school. His mother said after that I would bring home friends for him, but at night we just did things together. Richie was my whole life after his father died when Richie was in third grade. She and her son spent almost every evening at the dining room table. If he didn't have things to do, I found work for him. Not physical work, but learning things. His mother said he liked it and he wanted to learn. And learn he did. He earned top grades in school. On everyday things, he was just like every other kid, his mother said. By the time he was in the second grade, Ebright had collected all 25 species of butterflies and found around his hometown. Can you read any one of you? Turn on video.
Shall I read, sir?
Wait, Abhisharini, I'll ask. Anbu Selvan, can you read? Anbu Selvan. Anbu Selvan. Arun Divagaran. Arun Divagaran, can you read? Arun Divagaran. Bhavana. Yes, read. Read Bhavana from the beginning onwards. Bhavana. Okay, Abhishal, you read.
Yes, sir. The making of a scientist. At the age of 20, a former Scout of the Year excited the scientific world with a new theory on how cells work. Richard H. Ebright and his college roommate explained the theory in an article in the Proceedings of the National Academy of Science. It was the first time this important scientific journal had ever published the work of college students. In sports, that would be like making the big leagues at the age of 50 and hitting a home run your first time at bat. For Richard Ebright, it was the first time in a long string of achievements in science and other fields. And it all started with butterflies. An only child, Ebright grew up north of Reading. Parents live in Banya. There wasn't much I could do there, he said. I certainly couldn't play football or baseball with a team of one, but there was one thing I could do: collect things. So he did, and did he ever? Beginning in kindergarten, Ebright collected butterflies with the same determination that has marked all his activities. He also collected rocks, fossils, and coins. He became an eager astronomer to sometimes stargazing
Yes.
all day.
Stop. Next one from grade 10. Anyone? Grade 10A. Danish Sherlin, can you read?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
From the first, he had a driving curiosity along with a bright mind. He also had a mother who encouraged his interest in learning. She took him on trips, bought him telescopes, microscopes, camera, mounting materials, and other equipment, and helped him in many other ways. I was his only companion until he started school. His mother said, after that, I would bring home friends for him. But at night, we just did things together. Richie was my whole life after his father died when Richie was in third grade. She and her son spent almost every evening at the dining room table. If he didn't have things to do, I found work for him. Not physical work, but learning things, his mother said. He liked it, he wanted to learn. And
Yes.
learn
Stop.
he did.
Stop. Sanjit. Sanjit. Yeah. Read loudly. Your voice is not audible. Yes. Speak louder. Huh? Not having textbook. Already we have sent the PDF also, no, all the textbooks. Yes, Gopika. Last stanza you read, paragraph.
Okay.
It's okay, you will not read. Okay, enough. See that when Richard Ebright just he was 22 years old, at the time, a former scout of the year. Actually, it was an organization, right? You know that meaning. What is scout? What is scout? What is scout? See, a scout in the sense a member of a scout association, or it's a kind of an organization. Here, when Richard Ebright was 22 years old, there was scientific exhibition, or scientific event was conducted based on how the cells work. So there, Richard and his college mate, they have joined together, and also they have given detailed explanation about the about how the cells work, so that is published in the article also, and that article in the proceedings of the National Academy of Science, so that they have published and explained the theory about how the cells work, and also they have um, published in the article in the National Academy of Science. Proceeding means a published report, okay, journal. And it was the first time this important scientific journal had ever published the work of college students. Actually, this is the article which has been published in the journal. Before that, the students' article were not published. So it was the first scientific journal that has been published from the college students. In sports, that would be like making the big leagues at the age of 15 and hitting home run your first time at bat. So Richard Ebright, it was the first in a long string of achievements in science and other fields, and it all started with butterflies. So before that, Richard actually was having curiosity to know about scientific aspects, but he tried a lot, but it was a fail. He did not publish all those things, but it was the first time that he can publish the article. So it is one of the greatest achievement for this child, or for this young student called Richard Ebright. And these all achievements, for all this, only the reason is that butterflies was the main reason, because when he was a child at the time, just he used to collect the butterflies. Through that only he had published that, he had published, or he had explained about how the cells work. Because of those butterflies had helped him to publish the theory. And an only child, Everett grew up north of Reading in Pennsylvania. Actually, here it is in USA. See here, actually this Ebright was the only child to their parent, but he was not having father, in the sense his father died, and his only interest was to study. For that, his mother had helped him a lot. She had provided all the things which is necessary for him to learn about science also. And there was not much I could do there. He said, I certainly could not play football, baseball with a team of one. So since he was having a lot of interest in science, even he had sacrificed by playing football, or basketball, everything. He did not play that also. But there was only one thing that I could do, in the sense. So how he had used his childhood, in the sense, just instead of playing football or baseball, just he used to collect the things related to science, like butterflies or some other things that he used to collect. He did not waste the time, or he did not show any interest in playing like cricket, or football or baseball. He was not showing any kind of interest over there. So he did, and he did have a beginning in kindergarten, even when he was a child, when he was we can say a cage, or cage at the time onwards. His mother had provided all the opportunities, and when he was a child, at the time onward, just he started to show interest in science. Hebright collected butterflies with the same determination that has marked Holly's activities. So right from the beginning onwards, he collected the butterflies with the same determination. Determination means what? We have to determine, or I determine to do my study. What do you say? Determination in Tamil? Uruthi. Am I right? Yes or no? Am I audible to you? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So right from the beginning, right from the beginning onwards, just he had the one mind that he had collected all the butterflies And also he collected rocks and fossils and some other coins, and he became an eager astronomer. What do you mean by the word astronomer? Who is astronomer? Astronomer. Who is astronomer? Anybody?
Sir,
Yes. Yes. Who is astronomer? Astronomer means what? Huh? Who studies? Yes. Who
sir,
studies astronomy?
astrology.
Yeah. Who studies astronomy, or we can say who focuses their studies on specific field outside the scope of Earth. Okay. In Tamil, what you can say? Yes.
Astronomy.
Yeah. Astronomer, what do you say in Tamil? வானிலையாளர். 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 One who is researching our galaxies or like okay. So he collected all those things and he became an eager astronomer. Sometimes sometimes he used to look at the star gazing all night. So that since he became an astronomer, he had focused on stargazing, all those things that he has done. From the first, he had driving curiosity along with the mind. Actually, he was very bright in study, and also he has, so behind his all the works, behind his all the studies. Actually, there was a motivation factor, that is his mother. She used to encourage this child. She used to encourage Richard Everett. Richard Everett has shown a lot of interest in her child's education or studies also, and she took him on trips. So she had identified that Everett was very much interested in science. For that, she had shown the path, and she had taken this guy for trips, and also she had bought some kind of what is that instruments like telescopes and then microscopes and cameras and mounting materials. So what all the things are necessary for his learning, everything his mother had provided, and also she had helped him a lot. Hello, am I audible to you?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes. I was his only companion until he started school. Even before he goes to the school also, his mother only was the companion for this child, and she had shown. And after that, his mother said, after that, I would bring some home friends for him. And also she said that actually this guy has no father. Already I told you that his father died, and she thought of bringing friends for this child to her home itself. But at night, we just did things together. Both, that is mother and the son, they used to have food at night on the same dining table. And Richie was my whole life after his father died, when Richie was in the third grade. So when Richard Everett was third grade. At the time, his father had died. For her, that was about her. No one except child. And she feels, or she felt that he is the world for his mother. She and her son spent almost every evening at the dining room table. So both used to spend time in the dining room. If he did not have things to do, I found work for him. Even the mother, just she identify, even if she finds that the child has no work, she used to give work. What are the work in the sense, not washing vessels, or cleaning the room, or doing and all. It is not that. What kind of work that she used to give, in the sense, not physical work, but she used to give some work on learning. Okay, learning things. For that, maybe she may get a book or books, story books, or related to science. Any what are the things are necessary, that kind of work only she used to give to her son. Am I audible to you?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, are you following the textbook? Are you following the textbook? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. And he learned, he did, he earned top grades in school. So already his mother had provided all the things which is necessary for him. And once he had grown, actually he stood first in all grades. In the schooling days that this guy was the topper, we can say. On everyday things, he was just like every other kid. On everyday things, he was just like every other kid, his mother said. And every day, you also used to behave as the tough other kids too. By the time he was in the second grade, Ebright had collected all 25 species of butterflies and found around his hometown. See that they have given that in the textbook. If you are having the textbook, and you can find out that what are the 25 species of butterflies that he had collected when he was in second standard. You can find out the species and subspecies of butterflies is collected 6 weeks in reading. Okay, so we had it is mentioned below that you can look at that what are the butterflies or species of butterflies that he had collected, where hometown itself that he had collected when he was in grade second. Next you can continue. Shall we continue? Are you following? Hello. You have to turn on video and you have to show the textbook. At the end of the class, I'm going to, I need what if you're finding any difficult words and if you're underlining, etc., that should be shown. I may ask you the questions also at the end. For example, how did his mother help him, or how did a book became a turning point in Richard's life, or when did he collect his spices of butterflies, how many, etc., that I may ask you. You have to be ready so that you have to follow the textbook also. That probably would have been the end of my butterfly collecting, he said. But then my mother got me children's book called The Travels of Monarch. It's very important. This book is very important because where Richard Ebright, his life stands because of this book. This book has influenced and also it helped him to become a scientist. It's very important. You can underline this book. That probably would have been the end of my butterfly collecting. So that might be the end for collecting the butterflies, as Richard said. But then my mother got me a children's book called The Travels of Monarchs. This book is collected or got from his mother. Actually, it is a book about children. Okay. That book which told how monarch butterflies migrate to Central America and open the world of science to the eager young collector. So what do you mean by the word migrate and monarch? Monarch butterflies. What do you mean by the word monarch butterflies and migrate to Central Asia? What do you mean by the word migrate?
So moving one place to one.
Sir, moving from one place to another food and shelter, sir.
Once again.
Yeah, moving in groups in one place to another.
Once again.
Sir, moving from one place to another place food and shelter, sir.
What do you mean by this word? Astronaut, what is that? Monarch butterfly.
Yeah, orange.
Yes, you can go through that one. You see, it will be in yellowish, and it's fetal. Petals like black and white. You can see that in the internet. You can find out that one. Okay, so he had that book helped this guy to find out, or the Travels of Monarch. That book which told how monarch butterflies migrate to Central Asia. So from this book that he had learned, this book said to this guy how the monarch butterflies moves to Central America, opened the world of science to the eager young collector. This book opened the eyes or mind of this young collector in the sense not IPS or IAS. Okay, collector, one who is collecting. What he was collecting butterflies. That was the collector, not other thing. Okay, not civil servant. So he had collected, and through that, the Travels of Monarch. Through that, he had come to know that how monarch butterflies migrate to Central America, This had opened the world of science to the eager young collector, that is Richard Ebright. At the end of the book, readers were invited to help study butterfly migration. So at the end of the book, what it is mentioned, readers were called to help study butterflies. At the end of the book, that is the travel of monarch, at the end, it is given an invitation to the readers to help out or to study about the butterflies migration. They were asked to tag butterflies for research by Dr. Frederick A. Urquhart of the University of Toronto, Canada. And that book, in the book that is mentioned that they have to just, it's a kind of suggested activities we can say it is given. They are asked to tag the butterflies just for research. It is given by Dr. Frederick A. Urquhart of the University, Toronto, Canada. And Ebright's mother wrote to Dr. Urquhart, and soon Ebright was attaching light adhesive tags to the wings of monarchs. Anyone who found a tagged butterfly was asked to send the tag to Dr. Urquhart. And this guy, that is Richard Ebright, am I audible to you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Richard Ebright's mother, just she had written a letter to the doctor, and soon this guy Richard was attaching the light adhesive tags to the wings of monarchs. Just he had put the tag to the wings of the monarchs, and anyone who found a tagged butterfly was asked to send the tag to Dr. Urquhart. So this guy had tagged the monarch butterfly in order to send to the doctor. The butterfly collecting season around reading last 6 weeks in later summer. The butterfly collecting season, when the actually each and every insect there will be season will be there. No, at the time only it will be coming, or it will be that creatures can be seen here. The butterfly collecting season around reading last 6 weeks in last summer. See graph below, they have given number and kinds of butterflies collected in 6 weeks. So within 6 weeks, what are the butterflies that
Sir, children, is it audible?
Yes, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Sir, Anthony, sir? Whether Anthony sir's voice is audible to you, children?
Yes, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Not my voice, my dear. Sir's voice, is it audible now?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Wait, sir? Sir has went out. Check, children, whether he is in the line.
No,
yes,
ma'am.
ma'am,
Yes, ma'am.
Now,
Sir?
yes, ma'am. Network issue.
Continue.
Okay, I'll join. Okay. So the butterfly collecting season around reading last 6 weeks. So during the last 6 weeks that he had collected 6 kinds of butterflies. They have given below this. You can look at that graph. Gossamer winged, wood nymphs and satyrs, breast-footed, whites and sulphurs, monarch snout. So he had collected a 6 in a 6 week that he had collected 6 kind of butterflies. And if you are going to chase them one by one, you won't catch very many. And if you are going to chase them, if you are going to run behind them to catch, we have to go one by one. It is not possible to catch this butterfly. So the next step for Richard Ebright was to raise a flock of butterflies. Now next target is that you want to, next step that Ebright was to raise a flock of butterflies. What is the word flock? Flock. It's a collective noun. What is that flock of butterflies? What do you mean by the word flock alone? You say
Group of butterflies.
group of, yes, group of butterflies. Who said? Sanjit.
Yes, sir.
Who said?
Yes, sir. Sanjit.
Yeah. So next target that you, because one by one, if we are going to catch, it is not possible. So that the next step, Everett decided to catch the flock of butterflies, and he would catch a female monarch, take her eggs, and raise them in his basement through their life cycle from egg and caterpillar to pupa to adult butterfly. Then he would tag the butterflies' wings and let them go. For several years, his basement was home to thousands of monarchs in different stages of development. Shit. Hello. Hello.
Yes, sir.
May I audible to you?
Audible, sir.
Okay. See that the next target, just he decided, Ebright decided to catch the flock of butterflies, and also he would you would catch only female monarch, and I will take that eggs that is from female monarch. What is that female monarch? What is that female monarch? Yeah.
Female butterfly.
Hello.
The female butterfly.
Yes.
Female butterfly.
Yes. Kind of, it is female monarch in the sense nothing but here actually we are talking about the butterfly. So we are talking about a butterfly. So this female monarch in the sense it is having thicker veins, and it will be darker in appearance, and its wings will spotless when we are comparing them to other things, other butterflies. So the which will be dark and appearance will be dark. Keep in mind, this female monarch butterfly's appearance will be dark and it will be thicker wings. Wings will be in thick. So next he wanted to study about this and take her eggs and raise them in his basement through their life cycle. Now he wanted to study about the female monarch, their lifestyle, and from egg, caterpillar to pupa to adult butterfly. What is that word caterpillar? கம்பளி பூச்சினுவாங்க தமிழ்ல. Do you know கம்பளி பூச்சின்னு கேள்விப்பட்டிருக்கீங்களா?
Yes, sir.
கம்பளி பூச்சி தெரியுமா? கம்பளி பூச்சி தெரியுமா?
Yes, sir.
Insects. Okay, caterpillar in the sense கம்பளி பூச்சி. Okay. To pupa to adult butterfly, then you would tag the butterfly's wings and let them go. So you used to and you wanted to tag that one, whether it is going to how it is moving like that, right? So he will he tagged the butterfly's wings, and he had decided to make them to fly. For several years, his basement was home to thousands of monarchs in different stages of development. So like this, he had tried many years that he was trying to develop how the female monarchs are moving like that. Just he was researching on these things. We will stop here. I don't have network. We'll stop. That's all. You read one of you. Shit. Kirti, we will stop and we will continue tomorrow. Now you read. Kirti,
Sir.
read from the beginning onwards. You read.
Yes, sir.
The making of a scientist. At the age of 22, a former Scout of the Year excited the scientific world with a new theory on how cells work. Richard H. Ebright and his college roommate explained the theory in an article in the Proceedings of the National Academy of Science. It was the first time this important scientific journal had ever published the work of college students. In sports, it would be like taking the big leap at the age of 15 and hitting a home run your first time at bat. For Richard Ebright, it was the first in a long string of achievements in science and other fields, and it all started with butterflies. And only when Ebright grew up north of Reading, Pennsylvania, there was nothing I could do there. He said, "I couldn't play football or baseball with a team of one, but there was something I could do, collect things." So he did, and did he ever. Beginning in kindergarten, Ebright collected butterflies with the same determination that he has marked all
Determination.
his activities.
Determination.
That he marked
Yes.
all his activities. He also collected rocks, fossils, and coins. He became an eager astronomer too, sometimes stargazing all nights.
Yes,
From the
enough.
first,
Good enough. Good. Divya Darshan. Dayanidhi, can you read? Dayanidhi?
Sir,
Yeah, can you read?
sir, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Read from the next page,
Yes.
33. Page number 33.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
From the first, he had driving curiosity along with a bright mind. He also had a mother who encouraged his interest in learning. She took him on trips, bought him telescopes, microscopes, cameras, mounting materials, and other equipment, and helped him in many other ways. I was his only
Yes,
companion
enough.
until
Enough. Good. Shri Saubika.
Sir.
Yeah, do you have textbook? Read. Why you people are not turning on video? Yes, Shri Saubika, read.
Yes, sir. I was his only companion until he started school, his mother said. After that, I would bring home friends for him. But at night, we just did things together. Richie was my whole life after his father died when Richie was in third grade.
Yes, enough.
See-
Good. Yes, Swati. Swati கீதல என்னத்த கிளாஸ்க்கு வரால தெரியலப்போ படிக்கிறதுல ஒண்ணும் இல்ல. வைரகிரி பிரசாத். இதெல்லாம் சும்மா ஆன்லைன்ல வரதாங்க என்ன பண்ணிக்கிறீங்கன்னு தெரியல. ரெஸ்பான்ஸ் கொடுக்க மாட்டீங்க, ஓபன் பண்ண மாட்டீங்க, வீடியோ ஆன் பண்ண மாட்டீங்க, பதில் சொன்ன கேள்வி கேட்ட பதில் இல்ல, ஒண்ணும் இல்ல. எதுக்கு வரீங்க கிளாஸ்க்கு தன்? வைஷாலி அதுவும் இல்ல. வர்ஷா, அதுவும் இல்ல. விஷால், எதுவுமே இல்ல. ஆகாஷ்.
Sir, yes, sir. Can you hear me, sir?
Yeah, Vikas, read, man. You need half an hour to reply.
Sir, no, sir. I
Yeah,
replied
read.
that time, sir, but I think you can't hear me.
Okay, read. Yes, Vishal. Vishal, read, man. Durga Devi. Copy wo hogi na. Harshini, can you read? Krishna Priya, Kanish Krishna is busy. He's talking with somebody. He's on hold.
So may not the names of these people in a notebook and put absent for them, sir. While Alex sir is giving present. Otherwise, you
Ah.
send it to me, sir. I will go and put absent to these people. Krishna Priyanal, yesterday also I called her, but she didn't respond.
She is on hold.
Ah. All are VIPs except we teachers and some students. Only we can count in the fingers. That much students only responding. One Sri Rudisha, Dayanidhi, this Bharani, Abhishalini, Suhita. That's all.
That's all.
Sometimes Sri Sanjit and Divya Darshan also. Then remaining, simply they are coming and checking us. That's all. So you leave that those who are names you are calling, you make a note of that one and send it to me. I will give absent.
Anu, படிக்கிறதுக்கே வரதில்லை என்னத்தான் வரான்னு தெரியல அப்போ. Okay, fine. Sorry, sir.
Sir, can you hear me, sir? I'm Vishal, sir.
Yes,
Sir.
read.
Sir, yes, sir.
Yeah. Page number 33.
Yes, sir, yes, sir.
Hmm.
She and her son spent almost every evening at the dining room table. If he didn't have things to do, I found work for him. Not physical work, but learning things. His mother said. He liked it. He wanted to learn, and learn he did. He earned top grades in school. On everyday things, he was just like every other kid. His mother said. By the time he was in the second grade, Ebright had collected all 25 species of butterflies found around his hometown. That probably would have been the end of my butterfly collecting, he said. But then my mother got me a children's book called The Travels of Monarch 10. That book, which told how monarch butterfly migrate to Central America, opened the world of science to the eager young collector.
Okay, fine. Good, enough.
Yes,
Enough,
sir.
very good, enough. Those who are knowing the answer, just you can rise up. Okay. How did a book become a turning point in Richard's life? Who knows the answer? How did a book become a turning point in Richard's life? So what you had learned from this book? What you had learned from this book? Yes.
I learned about how butterflies are migrating.
Yes, he learned about how the butterflies are moving, and also this book had shown the world of science, right? This book has shown the world of science, and also this book, after reading this book, he came to know that how to track the migration of butterflies. Am I right? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay, how did Richard's mother help him? How did Richard's mother help him? So what are the ways that his mother helped him? So what are the things that she had provided this child?
Sir, his mother gave him a book.
So what are the what? See, Richard's
Sir,
mother just
her mother gave me a book about the butterflies.
only that only she had provided. She did not. She did not do any other.
Micro.
Actually, we can say Richard's mother had helped a lot. She took him for trips, and then she had bought some kind of scientific equipment, and so she had spent a lot of time with him, and she had she had faced some challenges, and she had provided some equipments like telescopes, microscopes, cameras, etc. that she had given, and books like The Travel of Monarch, etc. she has given. Through that only he became a great scientist. Once we complete the lesson, then
And she so many other ways also, sir.
yeah. Not only that one, and she used to spend time with him in the dining hall like that, and she used to give work whenever he is free. That means not physical work. Instead, she used to give some kind of learning work to this child, right? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Or no? Yes. So these are the important questions that you can keep in your mind. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Next
Yes,
one.
sir.
Yeah. Next one. From the next one, continue to read. Sri Sobik already she has read. Tikesh Kumar. Tikesh Kumar. Shangamitra, can you read? Continue.
Sir, yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Fast. Yes, sir. Fast.
At the end of the book, readers were invited to help study butterfly migrations. They were asked to tag butterflies for research by Dr. Frederick Acquat of the University.
So now you can just by looking at this paragraph is very important, because how did the Travels of Monarch book help him, in the sense you can write what he is reading right now. Yes, start.
They were asked to tag butterflies for research by Dr. Frederick Acquat of University of Toronto, Canada. Ebright's mother wrote to Dr. Acquat, and soon Ebright was attaching light adhesive tags to the wings of the monarchs. Anyone who found a tagged butterfly was asked to send the tag to Dr. Acquat. The butterfly collecting season around reading lasts 6 weeks in late summer. If you are going to chase them one by one, you won't catch very many. So the next step for Ebright was to raise a flock of butterflies. He would catch a female monarch, take her eggs, and raise them in his basement through their life cycle, from egg to caterpillar to pupa to adult butterfly. Then he would
What
tag
is
this
caterpillar?
butterfly.
What is caterpillar? I told you in Tamil. What is that?
Kambali
Yes.
Puts.
Okay. Next. Continue.
Then he would tag the butterfly wings and let them go. For several years, his basement was home to thousands of monarchs in different stages of development.
Yes, good enough.
Eventually,
Enough. Good. Bharani, I have to call the names only the students, those who are reading, because I don't want to lose my energy by calling other students, those who are not reading. So those who are going to read, I can call them. That's all I can do. Sugarshia, can you read? Page number 35. Continue.
Sir.
Page number 35. Why, if you are not responding in the sense, just I can think that you don't have textbook with you. You are somewhere, maybe in front of TV, or you're doing some other work, not in the class. If you're not having the textbook, that is why you are not replying. You're not reading. You're not coming forward to read also. Yes, read, Sugarshya. Shakti.
So yes, sir. Then
Shakti,
in the
read.
7th grade, he got a hint of what real science is when he entered a country science fair and lost. It was really a sad feeling to sit there and not getting anything while everybody else had won something. Everett said his entry was slice of frog tissues which he showed under a microscope. He realized the winners had tried to do real experiments, not simply make a neat display. Already the competitive spirit that drives Richard Everett was appearing. I knew that for the next year fairs, I would have to do a real experiment, he said. The subject I knew most about the insect work. Sir?
Experiment. What is it? Say.
Experiment.
Say once again.
Experiment, he said.
Yeah.
The subject I knew most about was the insect work I had been doing in the past several years. So
Yes,
he
good.
wrote
Enough.
to
Good. Enough. Next one, boys.
Sir, shall I read?
Who is that?
So Dayanidhi.
Dayanidhi, already you read, man. No issue, no need. Harshan. Harshan is there? Harshan, where is your brother? Harshini, where is the brother? Is not there? Deva Pranesh? ஒரே ஆளும் பிடிக்கிறது வருதுல ஏன்னா அதுதான் சும்மா யார் இது Deva Pranesh, read man. Read. Do you have textbook? Read, man. Jayasri Ji. Kavya. Kavya Sri.
Can you?
Logit. Parvesh Muhammad, can you read? Nobody. Parvesh.
So, yes, sir.
Yeah, continue. Page number 35. You can follow that one. So I wrote. He wrote. So he wrote. Second paragraph. Third paragraph. Read fast.
So he
Yeah.
wrote to Dr. Woodworth for ideas, and back came a stack of suggestions for experiments. Those kept Ebright busy all through high school and led to prize projects in country and international science fairs. For his eighth grade project, Ebright tried to find the cause of a viral disease that kills nearly all monarch caterpillars every few years. Ebright thought the disease might be carried by a beetle. He tried raising caterpillars in the presence of. I didn't get any real results, he said, but I went ahead and showed that I had tried the experiment. This time I won.
Yes, good enough. Good enough. Next. Nishita. Nishita. Pranika.
Sir,
Read.
the next year, his science fair project was testing the theory that fixity butterflies copy monarchs.
Viceroy butterflies.
The theory was that viceroys look like monarchs because monarchs don't taste good to birds. Viceroys, on the other hand, do taste good to birds. So the more they look like monarchs, the less likely they are become to a bird's dinner. A bright project was to see whether, in fact, birds could eat monarchs. He found that a starling would not eat ordinary bird food. It would eat all the monarchs it would get. A bright
Yes,
starling.
good enough. Very good. Sabari. Sabari RK. Sabari. Sabari. Samson. Samson, you don't read, just you speak when. Samson, you give reply, don't read. Please don't read, just you give reply. Turn on mic and unmute and say, how are you, man? Samson, don't read, just you say, speak to me now. Samson.
Sir.
என்ன பண்ற? என்ன பண்ற? Samrita, read where Pranika stopped from there onwards. Samrita, okay. Samrita. Okay, you will not read, that's fine. Now, you don't read, that's good. Don't come to the class also and don't read anything, don't do anything. Just you can stay home, watch YouTube, some videos, cinema or whatever maybe. You can watch, just identify, share chat. You can search it and put status over there for your WhatsApp. Many views will be getting. At the same time, whenever you are free, just even if the class goes, just to turn on your switch, TV, and watch the movies. And then during your free time, just during your study time or class hours, take that free fire, play with some others also. Thank you. Have a good day.
Sir, thank you, sir. Thank you, children. You can leave the meeting.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.